Right. Hello, welcome back. Another video by John Etheridge, a cycling artist. As you've seen in other videos, I love to do my bespoke upcycled furniture. This is a Lloyd Loom chair. I did show you how to cover the seat part of it in the previous video. That was this seat here, and that was prefab fabric. That's cotton drill, and now we just need to find a way of making this chair look really pretty, and in conjunction with the seat, and then we're going to have a real bespoke, beautiful piece of furniture. Right, so what we've got is Claire's Craft House. Sorry, not Claire's Craft House, but Claire's Craft House supplied some of this paint. We have Sarah Jayne chalk paints, which you can get at Claire's Craft House, but you can also get them from Sarah Jayne chalk paints. Now, this is a tin, a 1 litre tin. I've done a few projects with this, chairs in particular, and I'm now about to do the wooden parts of this chair with this paint. This one's called Chestnut. If I can just show you another tin. This is the branding you're now looking at. They did have a rebrand not so long back, and that's the tin that you're looking at. Now, this is a wax, clear wax, an enhancing clear wax. That's good for putting on afterwards. There are also varnishes available. Now, that's all from Sarah Jayne's Craft House. But for the moment, I'm going to show you how easy it is to use Sarah Jayne chalk paints. Right, now I'm going to do all the wicker part a blue, and that's called Wedgwood, which is this one here. And I'm going to do all the brown parts, chestnut, a brownie colour, which goes with the picture and the seat that I've done. So I have done no preparation whatsoever with this. The only thing I have done is to just get a damp cloth, literally 2 minutes ago, and I just wiped it over, because if there was any dust in it, well, I just wanted to get rid of the dust. It would probably mix in with the paint and be fine, but why risk it? Why risk it? So I've literally done next to nothing to this, and I'm going to go straight on with the chalk paint. Now, Sarah Jayne's chalk paint is what I would call a superior product. It does actually say superior on the tin, and that is exactly what it is. Now, there is no preparation. You can go straight on. There are times when it would be wise to perhaps do a little bit of preparation. I mean, I had a chair that was all nicotine stained and what have you, and it just helps. It's not absolutely necessary though, but that's a good idea. I just went on with an undercoat. Anyway, in this particular instance, I don't need to do any of that. I'm just going to go straight on with the chalk paint and just show you a few things from Sarah Jayne chalk paints that you can use. Now, they do these beautiful brushes. I'll just get a bit closer to the camera. Now, this is quite a big paintbrush, and these are superb for getting into places such as this chair that I'm now about to do. If I can just show you, for getting into this wicker is going to be absolutely phenomenal. And they actually do a large one, and they do a slightly smaller one. I'm not sure what the actual sizes are. I'd probably say this was probably around 2 inches, and that was probably around 1 inch. Now, they are superb for curved pieces of furniture, in my opinion. Then we have the flat brushes. There's a 2-inch brush, and there's a 1-inch brush. In this particular case, I've already got a 1-inch brush that I've already been using, so I'm going to just reuse that one. And these are superb quality brushes. You get very minimal shedding from them, and you need a good quality brush for this. It's not going to be the same if you, say, for argument's sake, used a paintbrush or a gesso brush. You need a good quality brush. If you're going to turn out a good quality product, you've got to have a good quality brush, and you're using good quality paint, so why not? Now, the Sarah Jayne chalk paints, like I said, they require no preparation. You can just go straight on. There are a few hints and tips that you could use. Once you have painted this piece of furniture though, what you can do, depending on what piece of furniture it is, in this particular case I'd probably do a bit more to it because it's going to be used by heavy traffic and sat on probably. But you can just buff everything up, so you don't need any sealers, you don't need any wax. It's just an additional benefit. A good idea, but not necessarily needed because it will buff up to a bit of a shine anyway. Now, it is quite thick, and you can go straight on with it. However, for the first one, possibly 2 coats, because I would imagine 3 coats and this will be covered quite easily, possibly even only 2. Right, now a good idea is to actually, for the first 1 or 2 coats, is to add a tablespoon of water in. What it does is it makes the chalk paint more fluid, because as soon as the chalk paint's open, it starts kind of thickening up. Not drying, just thickening up, and as you get on with your project, you'll find that it will get thicker and thicker and harder to spread. Now that is a good thing. It just shows that how good a quality this is. So a tablespoon of water mixed in gives it a bit more fluidity for the first 1 or 2 coats. For the third coat, just go straight on. You're not going to need that, or even the second coat. So a tablespoon every time, that is, by the way. So it doesn't matter whether you've got a whole tin or whether you've got half a tin. Put a tablespoon in. Well, that was the advice I had. I did sort of wonder about that in the first place, but I phoned up someone that supplied, well, Clear's Craft House. They supply Sarah Jayne chalk paints, and I asked her opinion, and she said, yeah, no, put a tablespoon in every time. It does the paint no harm whatsoever. So you put that in and basically just gently mix it in. What you can do, another tip I got off of Claire, was to, you can let it feed in as it goes, but I like to stir it in. I like to kind of be in a bit of control. So I'm just going to show you how to apply this and how quick this process is. In fact, I'm probably doing more talking than how quick this is going to take. Right, okay, I've mixed it all up. I'll just scrape off the excess off my knife. And that's all I ever do, just a light stirring. Put that over to one side. Right. So here we go. Don't put too much on to begin with. Look at that, straight on. Look at the coverage. I hope you can see that from where you are. I will show you more directly, but just thin layers. I mean, look, I haven't even fed anything onto the brush yet, apart from that initial coating. Right. Oh, sorry, just dropped my paintbrush. That won't do my carpet any good, will it? Right. I mean, it is showing through at the moment, the underlayers, but we're getting a really good coverage. And the more you want it smoothed out, the more you just brush it. Right, just put a little tip on the brush again, just to do the back of the seat. There. It isn't till you get to the last sort of layers and that you're going to really be worrying about where has it and where hasn't it covered. Now, what I can say is this is very quick drying as well. Within 20 minutes probably you can be putting on a second layer, and within the hour you could probably have this project almost finished, which is fantastic. Look at that, look at the coverage, it's just phenomenal. Like I say, 2, possibly 3 coats, this is going to be covered, and you can then wait for it to dry. I'd suggest giving it a day or 2 before buffing it up. Having said that, I have applied varnishes and waxes within the day. I just give it an hour or 2 and coat it. I could probably do one of these in a day if I really set my mind to it. But look at that. I'll show you at the back a little bit more to see here. Right, once again, look, not much paint. Look at that. Look how easily and how good that covers. Sarah Jayne chalk paints all the way. Now this, in conjunction with the other stuff that I use, the fabrics and what have you, is well, it's just everything I need to turn out great quality products in addition to my artwork. And what I do is quite unique. I know it's upcycling furniture. Everybody upcycles furniture. Well, not everybody, but you know what I mean. But nobody does what I do in the way I do it, because I do original coloured pencil drawings, ink drawings, and I put them directly onto chairs and what have you. And then I use a chair at Sarah Jayne chalk paints to enhance the pictures. So it's kind of like, in effect, mounting my work. And these are lovely pastel colours. They're easy to use, they're quick, they're efficient, and very modern at the moment. So look at that. Look at that coverage. It's just phenomenal. And the excess on your brush, if you can do all these little bits that are hidden. You know, it just acts as the undercoat for that bit. It's just phenomenally quick. It's just brilliant. Another good thing I've found is if you inadvertently put too much paint on your brush and it flicks. I mean, as you can see, well, I haven't got many here at the moment because we're in a gallery, but I've got paintings hanging over there. And I've found little spots of chalk paint on the glass. It just peels off. Now, that's fantastic. I mean, it hasn't been sealed or anything like that, but it just comes off of that. But on the chairs, it sticks and it's there, and it's going to be there for a blooming long time. And yeah, it's just everything works for me. Since I found Sarah Jayne chalk paints, it's just opened up a whole new ball game for me, and it can for you too. You just need to find your local supplier, and away you go. Look at this. This is just, yeah, okay. That's only the first coat, so we are going to see some stuff. If you put too much on the first coat, because you only need thin layers, but if you put too much on, you're going to notice. So just put thin layers on. Within 20 minutes, half an hour maybe, I'll be putting another coat on this. Look at that. Super. Already done. Well, you can imagine when I get to the blue how quick I'm going to be able to do this. And this is quite a fiddly chair. If you were doing this with another type of paint, you'd kind of have some trouble, I reckon. But this is so easy. And I fully recommend Sarah Jayne chalk paints. And yeah, I just need to stop fiddling and let that dry now, and then go back with another coat. So once again, Sarah Jayne chalk paints. You can buy the paint, which is actually a really good price in my opinion for the amount of work you get out of it. So you can buy that in small tiny pots. Yes, I've got one to show you. Here we go. This is actually one that I used on the other Lloyd Loom looking chair. I mean, that is actually a Lloyd Loom chair, but this other one I'm not sure if it is. But I used that, and I used one of these tiny little pots, and it did the whole chair. And then I used this colour, which is called Duchess, to do all the trim. Now, that's cheap as chips. And you can buy that in all the colours, I believe, and then you can buy it in a half-litre tin, which is what this is, I believe. Or no, that's a 1 litre tin, and I think there's half-litre tins as well. So you don't need to buy too much. You can buy enough, buying a 1 litre tin for me is probably the best way to go because it works out slightly cheaper. And you can get all your brushes from Sarah Jayne as well. You can get your waxes. I'll just show you the waxes again. There's a clear wax. That's a relatively quite new product, I believe, but there's a dark wax and there's a clear wax. And I'm told the dark wax, somewhere I got told, that is the new form of distressing. You brush it on and you leave it to dry and it gives you some distressing. And the other thing I'd like to mention in distressing is that you can actually do that with this chalk paint. You paint it on, scuff it up a bit, lovely distressed look. Obviously I'm not going to do that with this because it wouldn't look right, it's not that type of furniture. But yeah, look at that. I've just done the back, done the 2 legs, and it took less time than I've been talking to you. Better get myself in focus. You want to be talking to just my mouth there. Anyway, nice to talk to you again, and I look forward to doing the next video. Possibly I'll come back and just show you how I get on with the blue, the Wedgwood blue that I'm going to put onto the actual wicker, and show you just how easily that goes on. And then maybe I'll show you how I put the whole thing together, which obviously is very simple. Maybe show you that I'm going to either varnish or wax. I haven't decided as yet. I think in this case, because it isn't a flexible chair so much, I'll probably varnish it, but if it was flexible I would wax it like I did the last one. Anyway, thanks for watching another video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.